This is for all my fellow Christians, so if you're not, just keep scrolling. Okay, so we already messed up our New Year's resolution. We're gonna try one more time and then just wait till next year, right? Yeah, it's probably not the way to go, is it? This false delaying of sainthood is the thing that's keeping you from living out God's plan for your life more than literally anything else. And it's formed by how we subconsciously think about our salvation. I'm a very left-brain, numbers-based kind of a guy, so I like to think about salvation and our journey into heaven as a game. The problem is, along those lines, we start to think about it as a point-based game, where every good thing is a point added and every sin is a point taken away. And even if it's subconscious, that gives us a very warped view of the faith. It's as if we get up to heaven and there's a giant scoreboard that's just giving us our total high score list of consecutive weeks without gossiping or lying or touching yourself that you have to be at or above to be allowed in. Simon Sinek refers to this as a finite game. It's one in which there are points that allow you to know whether or not you're winning. Infinite games are like marriage. You don't win at the game of marriage other than by staying married and drawing closer to each other and helping each other get to heaven. And you're getting stressed out about your New Year's resolutions because you're thinking about it as if you're trying to keep a low sin count rather than just following God's will. And yes, avoiding sin and keeping good habits are a very important part of your life of faith, but it's much less daunting when we're thinking about it as a part of the journey instead of the critical mission. The journey is just going to happen because you are alive and living. Your goal is to try to follow God's will every single day. And that's why I never even make New Year's resolutions. I make my goals on a random Tuesday. Because if I mess up, I don't have to wait a whole nother year. Guess what? Next week is also a random Tuesday. And if I only even manage to avoid that sin for one day, guess what? The day after that is a random Thursday. There's no rules saying that we can't just start then. God doesn't care that you have an important date for when you first started following him. What he cares most about is that you're running full steam ahead following his will. And yeah, you'll mess up, but start again. That's what matters.